Fintech Talents Festival has got off to a fantastic start. Lots of activity, very buzzing on the festival floor. So I'm really delighted that Charlie Platt, President EMEA from SAP Fioneer, has taken a few minutes out to share his thoughts with us. So welcome, Charlie.
Thank you.
I hope we could start with you telling us a little bit about you and SAP Fioneer.
Sure. So, like I say, I'm Charlie Platt. I'm President of EMEA for SAP Fioneer. SAP Fioneer was set up about 14 months ago. We are the organisation that came out of the SAP company that everybody will know, the very large corporate software company. 14 months ago, we decided to actually take the banking and insurance specific products out of SAP. We had a private equity investment in there as well, and we created SAP Fioneer to be a new fintech, but with a great history of strong products in the market.
Great, thanks for that. So you have extensive experience in the financial services sector. What are some of the most exciting trends that you're seeing now and looking ahead?
So the purpose of Fioneer being set up was to give us that agility and flexibility in an incredibly exciting market, as you say. So for us, some of the key big areas at the moment are things like embedded finance, of course, very popular and being discussed a lot here today. Whereby it's about a connection between a banking infrastructure and often corporate and consumer users. And coming with our SAP heritage, then we know a lot about that side of the fence with the ERP background from SAP. So bringing together those two areas are quite important. For me, other really hot areas are when you are bringing new business models to market that we're talking about a lot more in finance now. There are a lot of challenges internally about how you manage that from a finance point of view. For example, how that information ends up back at the general ledger at the end of the day, so auditors and regulators can see what's happening. So the ability to integrate those changing business needs and the needs of banks to be able to manage those in the back office, I think is something that's very interesting. The third element, I would say, is actually the recoupling of processes. What we've seen a lot from great fintech activity is that maybe sometimes processes get broken up. And actually I see something going forward of where we start to recouple a load of those processes, and SAP Fioneer has the capability to do a lot of that as well.
I think that's such an interesting observation, and I know that you'll be talking more on that subject as part of a panel later today. But picking up on with your predictions hat on, I know you work with lots of fintechs, and it's no surprise to anyone that we'll be talking a lot about the macroeconomic challenges faced by the sector. Last year it was COVID, this year we're back to the economy. Thinking about that, what's the outlook for the UK fintech sector?
Well, I think technology is the key to all of these things, right? We've got huge amounts of technology at our hands. The challenge is putting it together in a coherent way. And when I say that, I mean, this is a community of people. This is not something that somebody can just build on their own in a traditional silo. So even in our purpose statement, we talk about building new financial services solutions together, because this is a mixture of the banks, the corporates, the software vendors, the fintechs, everybody coming together. And the whole concept of open banking has been around for a long time, but have we really got to a point where things are taking out the friction of processes? I think we've still got quite a long way to go. So I think there's just a huge opportunity for much better collaboration across different parts of the chain, if you like, to actually bring it all together in a really coherent way to solve those problems that the customers face every day. And as you say, in the current market, what we're seeing is things are going to get more challenging for customers, whether it's related to interest rates are going up or cost of living going up or whatever it is. So people need much stronger support from the financial infrastructure with that concept of well-being in mind, right? The purpose is to make sure that people understand what they're doing in finance, to educate them, to make services better for them, and make sure they get access to the financial services products that they need at a time that they need them.
great. I mean, as you say, I think that need to focus on the needs of the customer in these challenging times is obviously crucial. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your thoughts with us. I just wanted to ask you one more question, if I may. We've got 2 days of 6 stages of content, lots going on. What are one of the things that you're most looking forward to at the Fintech Talents Festival?
Well, I think certainly learning some more of the other fintechs around that I don't know at the moment. There's always a new idea. There's always some great creative technology people around to get to speak to. So that's fantastic. Thinking about how we can bring those things together, I think would be wonderful. And then finally is the craft beer section at the end.
Excellent answer. And on that note, thank you again for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you.